Well, hello! Sporting Chats 2016, and we're jumping straight in, to be honest with you. A couple of really short podcasts looking at the NFL Wildcard weekend. I've got myself, Marc, obviously. I have Mr. Fisher and Mr. Walker here
Hello.
with me. Hello. We've had a short break over the festive period where not much podcasting's been done, and we're jumping in 2016. So here we go. Pretty much, we're going to look at the wildcard games. First game up is the Kansas City Chiefs at the Houston Texans. Just before, a couple of cracking games so far. We're going to look at. Looking forward to watching the games and that this week.
Oh, definitely.
So here we go. Pretty much jump in. Kansas, Houston. What's your thoughts on how this is going to break down? Who's got the advantage here?
I think that Kansas City's going to take it.
Straight
off the bat.
Straight in. Predictions made.
Not even taking it in, just straight in. Kansas City takes it. They hardly any turnovers for the season, like 15 or something like that. It's like the second fewest. I think that, like, even though the Texans are at home, I just think Kansas City so strong, very few turnovers, won't make that many mistakes. I didn't see it being like a blowout or anything. I'm not saying that because Texans are good in the postseason, but they're only good when other teams make mistakes. So
interesting. And the Chiefs are not going to make any mistakes. That's your shout. Pretty much.
I'm thinking like no turnovers. Could be like kind of just wrap that stuff up.
Nah, Faz is right. Alex Smith's been playing pretty well
Solid.
up until the last couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, he hadn't thrown a pick for like whatever it was,
The
7-8 games.
In the Raiders game, there was a few turnovers, like
But 10-game winning streak, can't really argue with that. Rolling into the postseason, you always look for the team that gets hot at the end, but they've been hot for a while after like a 1-5 start. Probably everybody wrote them off and didn't really expect them to get in, but
totally.
But I had a chance for the division, obviously, up until last week.
Mm-hmm.
But we watched that Raiders game and they sort of looked a bit wary. That last game of the season, the fake field goal. That
I didn't think that was meant to be a fake goal. That was terrible.
The only thing that sort of highlighted from the 10-game winning streak and the fact that they've been on a roll in that period, the only teams that they beat were over a 500 record were Pittsburgh, who at the time Landry Jones was the quarterback. I don't really count that. And Denver, and that was the game where Peyton threw the 4 picks.
I suppose.
So that was Peyton's semi-retirement party.
Pub game.
So
there you go, mistakes.
Apart from those 2 games, I know every team's in the NFL, anybody can beat anybody, but they didn't really beat anybody of note during that time, so that's the only thing that makes me a wee bit wary, and the fact that the Texans have been playing great defence.
They got the number 3 defence in the league.
They're top defence. They've got the best defender in the league from a pass rush standpoint.
Definitely.
GG.
So I think it'll be quite possibly low scoring, quite tight, but I've got the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's not like 24-17 or something. No overly high scoring, but
I kind of agree with you. When I was looking at it, I've done a bit of sort of crunching the numbers. Obviously, Alex Smith is sort of the quiet assassin when it comes to quarterbacks. Jeremy Maclin, looking at his last 78 games, 6 touchdowns in the last 6 games. He seems to be Alex Smith's go-to. Obviously he doesn't throw the ball very far, but Maclin is his long ball threat.
He's started throwing it down the field a bit more, which is good.
So I think it's if the Chiefs can prevent JJ Watt and gang putting pressure on, and that's really going to put the strain on Smith while they turn the ball over. Because
you need to talk about like the Chiefs' offensive line. It's all down to them.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm sure I checked it, and they were sort of sort of top 5 worst in the league for allowing sacks. Allowed 46 sacks, and the Texans were in the top 3 in terms of making sacks. So it's not a good sort of combination.
No, that's recipe for disaster. But
true.
Obviously they've got Hoyer back, which is the best situation. They obviously had quarterback carousel for a wee while with Ryan Mallett, got rid of him. Hoyer's back and 19 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, quite decent for the season. It was kind of average in the games that they played. I'm sure they were 5 and 6, and he's 11 starts, so he's not exactly spectacular. So I think the sort of safer options, Alex Smith to make less mistakes if his line can protect him at least. I think their running game's a bit better as well, between their 2 running backs since Charles went down. But between that, it just looks like the Chiefs are doing a bit better.
The better team.
It'll be interesting to see how they kind of match up. I say, I was watching one of these sort of pre-game or wildcard sort of preview things. When it was DeAndre Hopkins, the wide receiver, and he was talking about the kind of issues that he's had to deal with 4 different quarterbacks over the course of the season. And to be honest, their camp's pretty positive about it. They're mentally tough, thinking, we've been pushed around, we've been beaten up, our starting quarterback's been out, we've had a load of injuries, and we're in, and at the end of the day, it's win and go home now, and it's tough to look past a defence that holds teams to 8-9 points.
That's when you go back as far as saying like defence wins championships.
That's it.
Like the day, like overall, like if you stop the other team from scoring, you will win.
The thing, you've took the Chiefs, you've took the Chiefs. I've taken the Texans,
right.
And the reason I've taken the Texans is that it's. And this is kind of contradicting why I've taken them, but Alex Smith, alright, he's played 3 playoff games, he's had 9 touchdowns, and he hasn't had an interception, right? Which at the end of the day, you can't grumble on that. The reason I've taken the Texans is I think the pressure that they'll put on to make him throw the ball quickly, and there's going to be a lot of turnover. I think it's going to be one of these quite quick games, and also they've got the home field advantage when home court, and Houston.
The crowd will be behind
make
them.
a difference. And just for that fact, I think looking at the schedule that the Chiefs have played, I think this Texas team just, they just put so much pressure on, and that's the reason that I've jumped on that.
It's easy to just look at them though, but the Chiefs equally as well have a really good defence. They're getting a lot of sacks as well. And they have the Kansas City thief, Marcus Peters, who'll probably get Defensive Rookie of the Year. 8 picks, led the league in pass defences. He's a baller.
Yeah,
the ball hawk.
So equally, they can put pressure on. They might get Houston back for the game, which would make a big difference because he's like key to the pass rush. So. But if they could equally get the same pressure on Hoyer, who will get forced into making the big throws. I know he's got Hopkins, who's a beast.
Yeah, that could lure him in though. It just shows you let him get a wee bit of space, and you put pressure on him. He might think, "Oh my God, I've got this open shot. I'll throw it." Anything can happen.
There you go. To be fair, the line here, obviously I was looking at the betting on this as well for obvious reasons, is the Chiefs +3.
Yeah.
So. Again, that's the bookies never really get it wrong very often, and a +3 it's going to be, and as you said, you kind of see it being a blowout or anything here.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it's going to be.
It could be that turnover that wins it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like something like that. It could be like a late pick. Somebody like maybe Texans are down, or it's a tied game. Texans got the ball, try to win the game.
Yeah.
And then something happens.
Yeah. I'm looking at about a 20-13, 20-17.
So like a 1-score game, pretty much.
Just close, couple of touchdowns probably for the Chiefs, but they've relied on defensive touchdowns quite a lot as well, so maybe that'll stretch the score if there's a lot of turnovers like you've predicted. But just tight anyway.
A good game.
Well, that's it, and that's the interesting fact. And they say it's it's looking down. Obviously, kind of hang the hat on the defensive end, and just Watt and Cole, pretty much. I think that boy's a beast. As simple as that. Basically, anybody listening in, if you've got any thoughts on our predictions, these are all going to go up hopefully the next day or so you can get a listen before the game start. Hashtag the Sporting Chat. I know I've tagged both you boys in on a tweet this week, so if you've got any qualms, issues, jump in, honestly, give us a tweet and we'll get back and hopefully have a good old blather about the games coming up, and hopefully do a bit of in-game tweeting during the games and things as well, so hopefully we can get you boys involved if Whack can finally work Twitter.
I love Twitter.
Terrible. So at Scott Whack, which is QJOAQ. Yeah, there we go. So who come up, because basically he still doesn't know how to work Twitter, which is a shocker.
I'm going to start using Twitter 2016 New Year's resolution.
But no, so I'm taking as always. We're doing our pick'ems, so we'll keep the scores
I should put some money on these pick'ems.
No, there we go. I don't know if we can promote gambling, but yes, but it's totally. So, Mr. Fisher, you've went Kansas State.
Yep.
Kansas. Whack. Same.
I'll also take Kansas City, Kansas.
Kansas City, Kansas.
Yep.
And of course, I've got to be the odd one and go with the Houston Texans. Texans.
You just love JJ Watt, mate.
That's it.
If JJ Watt was playing with the Chiefs, you'd take the Chiefs.
All day. Well, he's one of the best players in the league.
No,
You know,
I love that guy. He's a highlight reel. Did you
Aye.
see his 4 dances after the sack? The whip, nay.
And was it the wave?
The dab.
the dap, that was it. For everybody that's listening, every one of the three is just dapped right there, which is atrocious, but awesome.
I think we're not actually getting this on camera.
At the same time, I know we did talk about video on this, but I suppose it's maybe better. We're not. So anyway,
That's just not done his hair.
right, still on my jammies. So anyways, as I say, we're doing the 4 shows over the next, as I say, day or so about the Wildcard. So guys, as I say, get involved at the Sporting Chat. If you like us, like it on Facebook, comment on Facebook. YouTube definitely is where get commenting as well. Even if you disagree, tell us why. Put it that way. So, good job, guys. 1 in the bag.
Sweet.
Look forward to the next one.